Hello again, this is Ant-Man Twin and Able. See here a selection of knives that I bought recently. In the past I've made a video, this knife here, and this has been my carry knife for quite a while now, well over a year or 2 years even. Just got the small blade on the side here, a couple of tools, and I've used it from time to time, the tools as well as the knife. It's quite a good knife. And to supplement this, I have a small multi-tool, particularly for the pliers I bought it for. And you have to use the pliers a couple of times and they work really well. Even though it's just a cheap one, like the multi-tools have a couple of tools on the outside here. But it's good that I have the pliers and use a screwdriver that's attached to here and can do something. Works well. But I was thinking of just getting a plain knife to carry, a EDC. Started looking at knives, and it's always interesting to look at some reviews of knives and things like that. And it's very difficult to decide what to get, because there's just so many knives, so many different brands and price points. But you see here, this is a Rat 2, Rat 1, Cold Steel Recon, the Mini, the Micro, and just on the end here, the Cold Steel Code 4. So it's not that I couldn't decide what to buy, it's just that they do have their different uses, and I decided to get them. They come in these boxes here, along with some bubble wrap plastic, which is really good. And the Cold Steel ones come with the extra clip, like people mentioned in the reviews. And I became quite interested in getting the Rat 2. This is very well regarded in all the reviews. It's been out for a little while now. Very nice knife. Just about the right size for your hand. Fits in there, or you can move your finger up a little bit here if you needed to for cutting. Just a liner lock, like everyone's aware of. And I've been carrying this, it fits in your pocket really well. Around the 3.5 inch, blade's 3 inch size. Really well, good to carry. Quite sharp, surprisingly. The Rat 1 here is quite a bit bigger, as you can see. Still fits in my pocket okay, and a bit noticeably heavier. And I've tried carrying it a couple of times and feel that I don't really need such a big knife in my pocket. But I do put it in my bag alongside this one. So if I needed a bigger knife to cut, I already got one, and I've got a couple of tools here as long as my mini multi-tool. Find they're really good and they deserve reputation. So if you're interested in a smaller pocket knife to carry, by all means consider the Rat 2, maybe the Rat 1. And in reviewing knives you come across Cold Steel for sure, and their series of knives. So in this grouping you can have a Recon, a Lawman, what else they got? Quite a few, which is another one, I forget now. A few different types around this size and smaller. The Recon, you can get an XL, which is bigger again, and I think it's just pretty big for a pocket carry. I think if the size you needed a XL Recon, you probably would be looking at a fixed blade knife. But I got this one in spear point. Can get them in clip-on as well. Like all the reviewers say, the G10 here was quite rough, but I just used a scraper and I scraped it down a bit. Very good. Scraped it a bit underneath the clip, and I have bent the clip out just a little bit. You can see, if you can just see, there's a slight flex in the pocket clip, so it doesn't quite touch, and it makes it easier to get in and out of the pocket. I've tried carrying this a couple of times and it's okay, but as with the Rat 1, I think it's a little bit big for my use, just in the pocket. Just a comparison there. So it's very similar in the blade size and the length. But I'm very happy to have got this Recon 1. It's more of a medium to heavy duty folding knife. I've tried it outside and chopping a few branches, things like that, cutting branches. Works really well. The Cold Steel is good. And some people complain about the black coating on here, but it's actually quite smooth and I haven't found it a problem yet. There is a couple of marks on there where the tree branches have marked it a bit, but that's okay. So it grips back here. I find you can move your hand up here and use it like this, just to be careful not the finger doesn't slide too much forward in cutting. And when I was outside practicing with chopping, because this handle is a bit longer at the back there, I found I could slip my hand back one finger notch and work at chopping quite well. So I really like this Recon 1, and I'm planning on keeping it in my bushwalking bag as a heavier duty folder, just a backup knife, because I normally carry a fixed blade knife. Either been using my Schrade 9 occasionally, and a smaller knife like I've got the Mora or something like that, and I plan on keeping this one as a backup. It has the triad lock or the back lock, and like a lot of people say, it is a little bit stiff, but this one seems to be... Oh, now I can't. Oh, there we go. Close it. It's a little bit stiff. You've got to push quite hard on it, but it will free up eventually, so they say in the reviews. I haven't become an expert at flicking these yet. They just don't seem to be able to have the right technique. This one is the Mini. The Mini I'm quite impressed with. Light size, just compare the size to a Rat 2, so it's very similar in the length. Width-wise, the Mini's a little bit wider just because of the design, and the blade's a little bit wider thickness wise, in case somebody wanted to look. So I think the Recon's probably, yeah, the Recon's a little bit wider, but as far as fitting in your pocket goes, quite easy to fit in the pocket, works really well. Had to scrape the scales a bit on this one as well, and underneath the pocket clip, but it easily fits in my pocket, just sits there, no problem at all. So I'm very happy with this knife, and I'll just use it for time to time, the pocket carry. The Mini, well, while I was buying online I thought I'd get a Mini just for fun, but actually it turns out I've probably used this one more than I've used the others. I've just got a little bit of cordage on the end here, and I keep it in the small coin pocket of my jeans, and the cord I just easily slip it out, open it up, cut something, put it away. This little Mini, I'm thinking of getting another one or two. They come in different colours. I think there's an orange and another colour I forget. This one's in spear point. I think it comes, I'm not sure now. But this one's quite sharp, and for most cutting tasks you just need to open a packet or something. By all means, a little micro. It's a great little knife to have. It doesn't come with the clip. It comes with a little keyring thing, but don't know if that's really appropriate, but could actually put a clip on there. It's just the clip in the packet. A clip would fit okay, and I think it could be useful to have a clip and clip it to your pocket, but works quite well like it is. The little micro is good. This one, you can see was a clip point. It's very similar in a spear point, just a little bit more on here, but very similar. And lastly, I got the Code 4. There's quite a few reviews on this Code 4 saying how the slick aluminium and the way it looks, so it doesn't look too tactical looking like one of these, even though it's similar in size. Just put it down here, you might be able to see there. So just a little bit shorter than the Recon. It's definitely slimmer. Up against the Rat 1, just to compare the lengths. Basically the same length as a Rat 1. So, and it's slimmer. You can see it here. A little bit slimmer. I think it's a similar weight. I can't remember the weights now. But knife shape. You can see the difference so that this is a spear point. I think I just like the spear point shapes a little bit better. The rat one has this raised up section and then goes along the knife blade slightly higher than the handle, but it works well, good knives. But since I've had this Code 4, I see why people are very happy with it when their reviews on YouTube. It's a very nice knife. Looks good, feels good. I don't find the slipperiness of this to be overly a problem. Fits in the hand very nicely. Can slip you, there's a little bit of space here. Could slip your finger forward if you needed to, for carving or something. Then you see some handle at the back there. If you had the handle's back in the other position. Handle's a little bit longer. Just seems to be the way they make it. I don't think it needs to be that long. But this is a very nice knife. Slides in the pocket very easily. The slim design. I find myself carrying this from time to time as well. It's very nice. I'm glad I bought it. Actually, I'd like to see them make a mini Code 4. Make a mini Code 4. Smaller design, like a little Rat 2. Oh, they've got the mini in the Recon. And they have the mini in the Lawman as well. And they just haven't made one of this yet. I'd be very interested in buying a mini in the Code 4. Very nice knife. I'm very glad I bought it. So that's just a selection of knives I got. Of course, a little bit stiff to close. You need to be a little bit careful when closing it, because if you press down on here and your finger's here, it's okay safe wise, you can keep your finger in there, but if your finger happens to slide back a little bit as you're trying to push down, bang. And how do I know that? Because I cut myself in the finger I was closing the knife, so just be a little bit careful closing this knife there. That's my Code 4. I'm very happy to have bought them all. I found a use for them all. And by all means I can recommend a Rat 2 as a small pocket carry. The Rat 1, great knife. The Recon, particularly for some outdoors use. The Mini Recon, pocket carry if you needed to, or the little micro. By all means get a micro, keep in your pocket, keep in the car, keep something like that. And if you wanted something that looks a bit classy and not so tactical looking like this one, by all means get a Code 4. This is a really good knife. So that's Airman Twin Enable. Thanks for watching. Leave some comments if you like.